It's May, and by now you're probably thinking of making your hanging baskets if you haven't already. And with summer approaching, there is nothing worse than spending hours of your time watering hanging baskets for it to drop right through the bottom and for them to be totally dry again within a few hours. In this episode of 2 Minute Tip Tuesday, I'm going to show you two separate ways in which to help retain water in your hanging baskets so that you can save time this summer. I'm Tony O'Neill and this is UK Year We Grow, and on this channel we deal with all things gardening, poultry keeping and beekeeping. If you want that perfect garden to relax in, or you just want to grow your own nutrient dense foods, then start now by clicking the subscribe button and the bell icon to be notified each time I release new content just like this. There is nothing better than hanging baskets to bring colour into the courtyard or garden during the spring, summer or even autumn. So let's take a look at some things we can do in order to save you some time and allow these hanging baskets to be hydrated enough to see them through even the warmest of days. Hanging baskets only have a limited amount of compost, and the nutrient value of that compost is usually used up within the first few weeks. So to keep your hanging baskets going, it's really important to feed your hanging baskets on a weekly basis. A week diluted tomato feed would be ideal, or even comfrey tea. Now I have a video on comfrey tea and I'll put a link in the cards above here for you. Any of those sort of things will do really well to feed your plants and provide the nutrients that they're going to require in order to produce blooms. And a couple of other tips are to water the baskets before you feed, because what this does, it will hydrate all the soil in the basket so that when you do put that dilute feed in the basket, it can get to work right away and it won't drop out the bottom of the basket. Another tip that you need for really good looking baskets all season long is to go out every few days and deadhead any flowers that are in the basket. Anything that's starting to look tired, deadhead, that will bring new flowers on, and you will have a continuous supply there which will look fantastic all summer long. Okay, watering. I'm not going to insult your intelligence about telling you how to water a basket, but you all know that you need to keep adding the water and loads are going to drop through the bottom with baskets, but you need to do that so that all the soil gets hydrated enough. The other thing about a basket is we need to consider what we can do to retain that water, and there are things that we can do, and the first of those things is to add what's known as water gel crystals. Now they swell up to around about 30 times their volume and they hold loads of water, and that is released into the soil over time, so it's a really good thing. And all we need to do is add 2 scoops of this stuff to the 12-inch baskets and that'll be fantastic, and this will swell up and release that moisture over time, and it can reduce watering for up to 4 times. So if you were watering daily, then you may only have to water every 3 or 4 days, but with baskets you're going to be watering a lot more, but this will reduce that greatly. A relatively cheap way to do this as well would be to add nappies or diapers to the bottom of the baskets. These will also absorb the water. The crystals are very similar and they will absorb and hold that water and again release that into the soil. I'll put a link down in the description below for where you can get these crystals. They are fantastic for hanging baskets, potted plants and containers, or anything that you need to retain that water in. And that little one tip, folks, will save you hours and hours of time watering, and it'll keep your baskets and tubs hydrated all summer long. Question of the day: have you done your hanging baskets yet? Or do you have any other tips for our community on how to keep baskets hydrated? If you do, put them in the comments section below so that everybody can learn. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and if you got value from this video, you can subscribe here, and when you've done that, you can continue the rest of the journey by watching one of these videos here. I'm Tony O'Neill, this is UK Year We Grow, and remember folks, you reap what you sow. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.